Hello there. My name is Tim, and this is the first video in a series of videos that I'm going to make to share from my story of learning English, or I'd like to call it acquiring English. And I want to share the stories and the problems, the struggles that I met along the way, how I overcame or did not, and hopefully I can just help one of you out there seriously in learning English. So when I was um, preparing for the entrance exam into grade 10 in my country, it is a big thing, and you have to compete with hundreds of others if you want to get into a good public school, high school. That is. And it was a big thing for me because in secondary school, I didn't get into a public one. And the private school is expensive anywhere in the world. And I felt the burden on my parents' shoulders, and it started to overflow onto mine as well. So I was really stressful. Anyway, uh, English was my only strong point at the time. Maths and literature, I was no good at any of those. So, and I was pretty confident with my English, to be honest. It was my only thing. I know it and I knew it at the time. But when I started studying, I took out this really thick, really thick book that my grade 9 teacher gave us uh, to to really practice. And it was this one particular form of exercise that I realized that I didn't know how to do, and it was word forms. So word forms, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. When to use which basically is the question. And I didn't know, I didn't really know how to do that. Um, so my solution at the time, you ask, I neglected it completely. I pretended it wasn't there. Okay. And yeah, I didn't learn anything from that experience at the time. But what I want to talk about is how problem got away, okay, without me noticing that. So I did a lot of things out of interest. In fact, I believe that how I acquired this language, it is through the exposure of me to the language of interest. Okay, so everything I think boiled down to two things that I did. First, it was music. So when I was around that time, rap music has just got into Vietnam not not too long ago. Okay, I was not the first to listen to that kind of music, but it was still young. And um, when I got into high school, by the way, I got into the public high school successfully. I was very happy. And then I got into grade 10 and I started listening to English rap songs. And Eminem was my only rapper that I listened to, really. I learned a lot of his songs. So the thing about music, the thing with music, is that it provides you with a lot of repetition, a lot of pattern recognition. And if you really engage with the songs, if you sing along, if you look up words, you really understand the songs. And because we don't listen to our favorite songs once, right? It's hundreds or if not thousands of times. So it gives a very beneficial kind of repetition without you even realizing it. And that's that patterns emerge, and I acquired or I learned that implicitly or unintentionally. And so the problem, I think, went away. And the second thing was that I read, but I didn't read um, like serious books at the time. I was reading comics or manga to be exact, and I was reading Berserk, the series Berserk. By the way, Rip Mirror, thank you for everything. Um, but I was reading Berserk and the translated version of that, really, in Vietnamese. But then um, I read too fast, and the translation team did not read did not meet my speed. Okay, so I started looking for the English version, and there it goes. The English teams are always ahead of the Vietnamese teams. So I read, I enjoyed it. I didn't really look up words, but again, the forms of the words appeared in different positions within the within the dialogues or the narratives, and basically that how I got past that problem of word forms in English. And because they have slightly different rules than Vietnamese, it it is challenging. It is it is a challenge for many people. So, however, I don't want to stop there. I don't want to stop at solving a problem without even knowing it. So in the next video, I will talk about how I will solve that problem of word forms or positions of words in in English, knowing what I know now. So stick around, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.